And a very happy Sunday morning to you all. I just tried to do this and I had to, get rid of it because I was coughing and spluttering and I got everything the wrong way around. I've had my response from professional standards. You see there. As to the 30 odd members of staff, I said we were guilty of conspiracy to commit fraud and yada yada yada, various other offences. This is from... So, do you know what? I really should read this stuff properly before I do a video because I end up saying the same thing about 3 times. Right, for those of you who remember from the Police Crime Commissioner Howard Thackeray, who was a business manager, and according to them, apparently it is the job of a business manager to investigate complaints against police officers. So why they've got investigators, I don't know. But far be it from me to say these organisations are a waste of time. So this is from Ms. L. Purdom, who's a business manager of Professional Standards, no less. And presumably if I've made a complaint about that, it would also be her job to answer me. Not very bright, are they? Business manager dealing with police, you know what I mean? A lot of this makes very little sense, I should know, having just tried to read it. So she starts off, I refer to your email in which you provide a list of people and statements of what you perceive to be their failings. So no denial there then. Not, look, sod off you little irk, these people are not guilty of these crimes. Which I suspect, really, knowing these people as I do, is what I would get were that to be the case. Because as we saw with the council, they can't wait to ram something down your throat when they know you're right. When they know they're right. Did I just say that? When they know they're right, they can't wait to ram something down your throat. So, first of all, and I'll go on to, I'm not going to read all the officers, because there's 14 coppers, I think, on here. And a damn sight more besides, which they've mentioned, which are not their responsibility to investigate. And I don't think they quite understood that was like a round robin, because I sent that to that email with a list of people to the IPCC, the PCC, the PSD. And I think I might have sent it to the Chief Constable, even though he took the last 2 weeks off. Yep, I emailed him about the middle of the month, and an auto-reply came back saying he wouldn't be returning to the office until his duty with Cambridgeshire Police was finished, which was 2 days ago. That was nice of you, Simon. Couldn't even be bothered staying to the end, could you? Well, I think we all know what sort of person you are then, don't we? And I would just like to say, Ms. L. Purdom, business manager, since you mentioned how I perceive of what these people's failings are, I did do a video called Perception as Reality. Maybe you should check that one out. So she goes through the list. It's huge. They then make their excuses as to why the other people I mentioned they couldn't investigate. I know what's coming. The good news is, because they've said all my complaints were vexatious and oppressive, and I'll get onto that in a minute, and of course denied everything, like I said. Well, not denied everything, in fact, just said that I'm wrong. The good news is I can appeal to the IPCC. I say, old chap, it's frightfully good of you if you could find all these people guilty, since they obviously are, since no one's investigated anything. I'm sure they'll say yes. Please, please share this one around, guys. I don't know how much more I can take. It's comedy in action, isn't it? Anyway, here we go. This is the good bit. Oh, after I forgot about the Chief Constable. Again, it's the second time I've done that. Yes, when I did the Chief Constable, who, by the way, I levied the following offences against: perverting the course of justice, conspiracy to commit fraud, failure to uphold the law, threatening behaviour, obstructing the course of justice, colluding with people known to be breaking the law and ignoring evidence. Which, by the way, is guilty of all the above. But when I did the Chief Constable, I put either in brackets or a dash or something, and I put who sadly I've forced to resign, you know. They've actually put in brackets who you believe has retired because of you. So it's safe to say I was right then, I think, really, since they haven't even tried to deny that either. So they give the best bits at the very end. Your continued correspondence with Cambridge Constabulary is considered to be oppressive, vexatious, and an abuse of the complaints process, and causes significant exigencies on staff within this department. So I'll spell that for you. That's EXIGENCIES. Exigencies. Which I assume means they're getting a bit stressed. Well, good, really. Because of you people, I've lost more than I care to count, really. So I really do hope you start throwing yourself off cliffs, to be honest. I'm very happy that your exigencies are unhappy. Anyway, we are obliged to manage your correspondence and set a reasonable communication strategy that will be implemented and communicated to you accordingly. So they don't just have to write back, they have to set a reasonable communication strategy. Someone said that's what's wrong, really, with these people. They're too busy making up words and shit. They don't actually do their job, but as long as they reasonably, strategically communicate with me, that's all right then. So that's fine. So you can steal all the taxpayers' money you want, kids, as long as you reasonably communicate it in a strategical manner, and that's all right. And as long as you implement that strategy and communicate it properly, accordingly. They then go on to say, we will no longer acknowledge correspondence sent to this department via email. So that's they've reasonably communicated that to me in a strategical manner. They're obliged to manage my correspondence, but they're not going to bother replying. If you wish to make any further complaints against officers or staff, yada yada yada, you're required to submit these via the IPCC website. So I can write to you. Well, I can write to you. I just want to email you. I'll just write to you. I'll write a letter. There you go. You got to acknowledge that now. By the way, they did acknowledge my email that I sent them last night when last night? Well, whenever I got this, because an auto reply came back, so sorry guys. That's an acknowledgement. So you just lied again, haven't you? What can you say? I mean, quite seriously, you know, this missing money was never investigated, and yet they are more concerned with their reasonable communication strategy than anything else. They've not denied a single one of those allegations. They've just said that they've been investigated already, and they haven't. So, this is the police today. It really is. And as we all know, they've had to tried to have me sent to jail, and they've arrested my mate and tried to have him kicked off, ruin his livelihood and all the rest of it. And it's just the desperation now. I say they've not denied one of those accusations. Not one. I've just said, oh, it's not the proper department to write to, or, oh, this is a different matter, or, oh, this has been investigated. It's all, So seriously, guys, I mean, this is out there. This is your local police is probably doing a similar sort of thing, to be honest. Anyway, on that cheery note, I do hope you enjoyed this one, and I shall see you all later.